Bit update does on that. If it doesn't want to change too much, I apologize. It wants to somewhat be a pain. Woo, let me fix the thumbnail real quick. Everything should be coming back online. Oh, my computers want to be slow all of a sudden. Just need to update that YouTube thumbnail so it doesn't just have our terrible banner. All right. Just minor technical difficulties. I think the kill bit's still going to stay high. It looks like it's still going to cause issues, which kind of sucks. Ooh, no. Computer, stop being stupid. There we are. There we are. I did not want to restart this stream, but I don't know if it's going to fix the issue. Welcome back. I lowered it, but I don't know if it's going to do a whole lot better. I might have to like drastically lower it. Just fixing the thumbnail. I'm getting that game restarted on. And let's launch it. I lowered it down to, I think it's 800 kilobits, but I don't know if it's going to cause issues once I get the game going again. Yes. Twitch. I don't know why it wants to act like it's the first time I'm starting up this game. Yes. Stop asking me. I played this game. I've launched it like 3 times since I've started. Yes, all the behind-the-scenes technical difficulties. This is the only part that scares me is initially launching, because this is where it froze on me at one point. I had to restart my computer. It was terrible. Part is like part of the reason I was like late getting this stream going. Just gotta hope. Come on, load. That's why I hate restarting stuff and game crashing and all that fun stuff. All right, it's loading. All right, I'm less freaked out now. I just need OBS to pick up what is OBS. Pick up the game. Episode 1 Racer. Work for me. Oh, why is OBS not picking up the game now? This is, oh no, OBS. Work for me. I don't know, it was working for a second ago. I gotta mess with OBS and see why it doesn't want to work. Oh, this is frustrating. I apologize. So that's what I want. I think OBS might have been not wanting to pay attention. I guess we'll see if it captures it. Yeah, it's kind of what I just did. I was messing with it, trying to see if it will. This wasn't doing this to me earlier. Swift slap across the mouth. Yeah. It was working because I was tabbing out and doing stuff like this before when I restarted the game and it wasn't giving me these issues, and now it's. I guess I'm just gonna just redo the game input. Capture episode 1 Racer. I think it's probably gonna have me resize it. That was giving me that issue before it. I usually don't have that many issues with OBS, but now it is giving me issues. I don't know. It's supposed. Capture any full screen application. Will that capture it? OBS. I'm gonna have to restart this gaming. I'm gonna do that as well. Ooh, my lips getting chapped. This is terrible. I apologize so much. I don't know why this is giving me issues. Yes, yes. Oh, the game loaded faster this time. I even re-put in the whole input. Why are you not working? This is a full screen application. OBS wants to just be a pain. Oh, this is frustrating. If the game never crashed, this wouldn't have been an issue. Oh. I can pull up Discord. I completely removed the actual game capture and I re-put it back in. Even restarted the game. Oh, this is frustrating. I think my computer wants to be slow in opening Discord. It's capturing. It looks like it's capturing the game audio. Just doesn't want to actually capture the video. Because I see the game audio coming through. Well, my Discord just decides to load. I will see you in there, Brandon. Actually, oh, this is annoying. I don't even. Oh, Discord. You can hear me, Brandon? Yeah, I can hear you. Wait, what? I can hear you. The stream can hear you as well. What a pain this is. Not your fault, mate. Things happen. Yeah. I tested this before, and it wasn't giving me it wouldn't give me just not capturing the video audio. Not the audio. It's capturing the audio. It's not capturing the actual footage. Ooh, this is. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Shy of like restarting OBS itself, I don't know what the issue is. Like I've straight up removed the actual game capture. I might try a window capture just see if that'll work. I'm gonna just that's gonna capture Steam. Properties. Oh, that's not what I want. Try to find, instead of just doing straight game capture, it's gonna just try to capture the window. Should cause less issues. Yeah, I think I can find a way. I'm just gonna use the display capture. Just make that work, because it seems like it wants to be an issue. Yeah. All right. Now it'll capture the game. I had it there for a second, then I needed to resize it, and it kind of went away. Oh, you... Brandon, shut up. Let me go to settings. OBS is being... I got it to show, now it doesn't want to show. So many issues. I might just have to try to do this again and just fully restart OBS. Yeah. I'm not sure. Alright, I guess this, what I've got it set up, is just gonna have to work for now. I found a way that should work. Alright, I think, yeah, this should work. Just kind of had to use the display capture for now. But it's looking like it's coming through. Just have to finagle. It's probably gonna be something I'm gonna have to restart OBS to fix. When the game crashes, it probably cause an issue. But I can see the stream coming through. It's full screening the way I've got it set up, so I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna go with that. Oh no. Why am I stuck in reverse? I fixed one issue to have another. Am I gonna just try to remember the course? Nope, I don't think this is gonna work out too well. Flying in backwards. What's there? No! This stream is terrible. John Williams. He makes good music. There is a button for that. Oh, did I? Okay, there we go. I got it fixed, but I'm restarting this race. I think I hit a button on my keyboard and it wanted to do. Alright. Everything's good, back to normal programming. Got past the technical hiccup. Woo, back in the racing. Now this definitely feels like a 90s game because of course it was going to crash and cause all sorts of issues. Yeah, kilobits looks like it's staying above under 1,000, so it shouldn't be as blurry for the bit rate. Looks like it's staying low enough. Stream looking good, and I can hear Anakin. My computer is somewhat of a potato, so it's not going to be a perfect stream. I'm not gonna lie, Brandon, the game audio is definitely drowning you out. Not in the stream, but through my headsets, so. It is what it is. I was not expecting to have you on audio, so it was just set up to be like a stream, so I was like, the game audio can just be kind of loud in my headset, if need be. ND5 is, I'm surprised he's still working, even for the ND5. Though, I'm still skeptical on whether making another Indiana Jones movie after the last one they made was a good idea, but I guess we'll see. I think the music will be good, but is it going to be like Last Crusade good, or is it going to be like Crystal Skull and the middle movie bad? There's 2 good Indiana Jones movies, and there's 2 kind of bad Indiana Jones movies, at least from... I thought I could just float over top that machinery. I would assume that it's going to be a new Indy, but I don't know where they would go. I think Harrison Ford's just too old to act anymore. Unless he's going to be like a role, like a father figure, kind of like Sean Connery was in the movies. Woo. Yeah, Crystal Skull was a bad movie, but I think after that, I think Indiana Jones should just be remembered as a good series, and then just move on, make something new. Just let it be. I'm not saying they couldn't revive it, but I don't know. You'd either have to like move it further in time in the future, or just do like a hard reboot on it. But I don't know if you could find an actor that could be as iconic as Harrison Ford was. Go. I do think they should remake this game, these racer games. I think they could do a lot more with them now. Just with so many planets in the universe now, especially if you add another 20 years of game design, you can get really creative with some of these courses. And with a lot of new planets and stuff like that. I just don't know if another like pod racing game would sell, but I'd definitely be interested for them to like come back and remake this game. But since EA's making like all the Star Wars games, I mean, who knows whether that would even be a possibility. I mean, with EA in charge, I would say no, but I'm also not a fan of EA. Speaking of Sean Connery, I once met his son Jason at a Doctor Who gathering where I live. That's pretty dope. I remember him saying to him, "Give my regards to your dad." That's pretty cool. I actually just watched a Sean Connery movie. Was The Hunt for Red October, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's one of my favorite Sean Connery movies. Such a good actor. I wouldn't say he's done a bad movie. I mean, probably he has done, but I think he's a good actor. There's just some movies that he did that I just wasn't a fan of the movie. I think one of them was Medicine Man. I know my mom liked it. I didn't care for it that he was in. But he still acted good. It just wasn't... I wasn't a fan of the movie itself. It wasn't anything on him. But usually if... He's got to be... Sean Connery's still alive? He's got to be old if he is. I can't remember if he passed away or not. That is dope that you're able to, like... You were able to meet his son at a Doctor Who gathering. I used to, I think when I was in high school or just out of high school, I definitely went through like a phase where I was like really into Doctor Who. Never saw any of the older stuff. It was pretty much the Eccleston Tennant and the 11th Doctor, I think, is where I stopped. I can't remember the actor who played that name. I haven't watched it since, but I think after the 11th Doctor, I saw everything from the 9th to the 11th. It was a really good series through that time period. Some of the older stuff, it just seems like it's kind of hard to go back and watch, like a television show from like the 50s and 60s. It'd just be kind of hard to go back and watch. Passed away on October 31st, 2020. I thought he did, I just couldn't remember. It is unfortunate, but I mean, I think he had to, I don't know, he seemed to be getting pretty old. So it wasn't overly surprising that it was coming. Of course, I'm gonna blow up. Didn't get into the show until 2005 when it was brought back after it was canceled in '89. I knew some of this, but I don't think it was as early as '05, because I think David Tennant had long been the Doctor by the time I actually saw it. Because I think they was, they brought like BBC America over, and we were able to watch it. But most of what I saw, I ended up buying on DVD and just watching it like that. I don't remember exactly where I learned of Doctor Who. Wife and I watched Connery in The Rock last night, a great film. I have not seen that film. I'm having a blast playing that character. I'm sure there's a lot of Sean Connery films I haven't seen. Usually the ones I have are like his better known ones. But of everything I've seen him in, he was really good. I'll definitely have to like check that out. Or just check out more Sean Connery in general. Speaking of when I was younger, my favorite character I think I get after this race, it's Neva Key or something like that. It's got a unique pod and it was like super fast, at least on the acceleration. Before I learned that, you know, just sticking with one pod and just maxing out all its stats is probably better. Because you're like limited on the amount of money you get total in this game. Some of these later courses get pretty unique that I like. They just definitely get difficult on this planet with its. They love sharp turns. Have stayed. No, Brandon, you're fine. Came in, got the stream back up and going again. It all worked out. Just unfortunate the game, but I guess the game crashed. Was able to fix some settings. Hopefully the stream looks a little bit better now. Definitely appreciate those of you sticking around while we struggled for like 10 minutes to get the game to want to show again. I can remember I can't just constantly boost through some of these courses anymore. The Avengers from '98 is probably Sean Connery's worst space film. Yeah, I guess I've heard that. I think I've seen parts of it. I never actually sat and watched the whole movie. Based on a popular TV series from the late 60s, early 90s. I remember people saying, like somehow they just ruined a really good movie or series that should have been a lot better than it actually was. But I mean, knowing Hollywood, they could turn something terrible into a really good movie, or a really good series or movie, or anything into a terrible movie, I guess. That's kind of, I feel like it's hit or miss on what we actually get. I remember watching a review on that movie though, and they just like got like in depth on the issues and how they could have like probably fixed some of them. I don't even remember who some random YouTuber that I probably watched once. Yeah, not a whole lot. I thought there was a movie where Sean Connery's in it, but I can't remember. Dealing with some art heist, but I don't remember the movie or if it was even him in that movie now. It's not a lot of movies that, at least at the very least, come to mind. I might have seen more and I might know more. It's just movie titles are blanking me right now. Got a replica of the Grail Dairy from Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. Would have loved to get. Oh, that would have been amazing. That seems like a neat little movie replica or decoration piece to have the Grail diary. So iconic to Indiana Jones. I do know they came out with some, because I think we had one on VHS, some of those young Indiana Jones, like, movies, like, probably shorts. I think I tried watching one, I just didn't think it was as good. But I think it's largely, at this point, almost crashed, forgotten to, like, everybody that young Indiana Jones was a thing. Because it just, I don't think it did, I want to say it didn't do well, but I felt like there was, like, 20 either episodes or movies that they had. I can't remember now. Something did come to mind about that, but I was like, I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about with the stream. With the Grail and stuff, with The Last Crusade. Appeared in one episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. If he did, it wasn't the episode or the series that I saw. But I do remember watching one episode and not really getting into it. I was also like a young kid at the time when I saw it, so that could have been part of the reason. Oh, that didn't work like I thought it would. Like you're on another planet, but they're like taking inspiration from Earth with the giant like heads in the sand. And I should be able to comfortably bring this race to a victory. I feel like if he appeared in any of them, it would have been like either the first episode or like the last episode. It also been interesting because he pops up and it's like, is he gonna play like some other random character? I did this on the first lap too. Blew up right there. Oh, look at that super polygon dinosaur bird. Gotta love early 3D games. Cutting it close. Got this last turn to make. We're bringing home the gold. I think there's probably another race on this course, on this circuit. Always remember Harrison Ford at the time he kicked all those terrorists off his plane. That's such a good movie. Air Force One. I think it's been 3 years since I've seen it, but it's definitely a classic for Harrison Ford. Robert Engel was one of the nicest guys I met. I grew up watching a lot of horror films. I've got my sister to thank for that. I've heard the name, a picture, but I don't know if it's like a kid thing or just like a personal interest. I have like a huge love for sci-fi fantasy movies, but horror, I never got into horror movies. And it's weird, I don't know, it's just something about them. A lot of them are really cheesy horror movies, which doesn't help, or it's like, this is like not realistic or something like that, but I don't know, just the genre never really got me all that much. Hey, it's Brandon, cool. Oh. I'll go wait at the wrong time when I screw up that jump. This is a good game. Especially now that it's in a form that I can actually control, not on the 64 with this terrible joystick, which some of these turns just didn't feel as tight. But I was also a kid. Oh. He was Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like, that name definitely sounds familiar. I know that movie, and I'll probably get crucified, but I've not actually watched Nightmare on Elm Street. And realistically, I probably never will, but that's just a personal thing with horror movies. Unless I was with somebody that was watching it, then I probably would. But on my own, probably won't happen. For better or for worse, I know I'm probably getting. You can roast me all you want on that. Shouldn't take too long to repair it. Come on, come on, come on. There you go.
It's working. It's working.
Am I gonna... Oh, yeah. Ooh, I want to make that turn. And I guess like I'm barely missed. I've been into sci-fi since I was a tot. Yeah, I was kind of the same. Because I always grew up watching, for whatever reason, like on sci-fi, like what they used to have on the old sci-fi, like on Saturdays, they'd always show those cheesy sci-fi, kind of dabbles into a horror movie a little bit. I always love watching those. I think it was kind of amusing, like, all right, who's gonna die first in this cheesy movie? Especially those, what is it? I'm blank on the name of the movie because it has to do with, I want to say, like crocodiles in a lake. Lake Placid. The Lake Placid movies were more like humorous to me. I don't know if Brandon's still around. He'll hate me, but I remember once I was at his house when we were kids, and one of the Chucky movies was on. Jumped on some guy's back, stabbed him. I thought it was the funniest thing I ever saw because it's just a ridiculous premise. And Brandon was like, he hated it, like, turn it off. And I was like, this is funny. But I think what really got me when I was a kid going to the teenage years was the Stargate SG-1. I was a huge fan. I've definitely like solidified my love for sci-fi. Even the movie it's based on, it's a lot more serious. I still enjoy that movie and I watch it. I've heard they've been talking about potentially rebooting Stargate to some degree. But there was issues with Brad Wright potentially not even being the showrunner or being involved, which would be kind of a disappointment to me because he kind of made Stargate what it was. He took Roland Emmerich idea and then just made it into from a mediocre sci-fi movie into a really good television series and a franchise. But I guess we'll see with Amazon buying MGM what'll happen with that. Dad used to watch a lot of those classic sci-fi flicks in the 50s growing up, in the 70s. I do remember it. I was a kid when I watched it. I think it probably to some degree freaked me out as a kid. But I do remember watching the old black and white Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And it freaked me out for like, I don't know, it got to me. I never watched the old... I've watched the newer The Day the Earth Stood Still movie, but I've not watched the old classic one. But I have seen some of the old Twilight Zone, because my mom's like a huge nerd for that. So whenever it was on TV, because I know they used to air it on some network on... I think it's Thanksgiving. I think it was like New Year's Eve they would do some of those stuff. One of those big classic nights, and we would sit down and watch it.
It's working.
And then the only Stephen King movie, well, no, I guess not the only one, but like the first Stephen King movie that I watched, one of like 2 or 3 that I've actually watched all the way through, was the Langoliers, which for some reason my mom was obsessed with. So I ended up getting her like that movie for one of her birthdays, either her birthday or Christmas. One of the cheesier Stephen King movies. But it didn't come off as like a super horror movie, so that's probably why I wasn't like... I hated it that much. I still think the... I can't even think the name of the book or the movie that it's based on. The movie with the book it's based on. The one with the kids. With the clown. Joachim Hurra. I don't remember the name of that movie now. But I did see it. I did see both the old one and the new one. Oh, it was a weird. And of course, Stephen King in the book, which obviously they weren't going to adapt, was the weird stuff with the. I don't even remember with the origin it. Yeah, I don't remember what they called it, but I guess in the book was some weird thing where, a bunch of like pre-teens are having some weird sex orgy thing. Because I didn't know that was a thing until I was watching it, and someone I worked with was like, oh yeah, it's actually like this in the book. I'm like, that is messed up. Like, how's this a thing that was allowed to be published? But, I guess you have to, for a lot of the stuff he makes, you have to have like a weird mind for that. This is a really long course. Forgot some of these go on forever. Oh, okay, something happened. Blew up right in front of me. But I think It and Langoliers are really the only Stephen King movies that I've watched, unless. No, the more I think about it, I think I want to say it was a Stephen King movie because the premise lines up, and it had I'm terrible. All of a sudden, I'm terrible with names. It's not the Awakening. This is a Tim Curry. From Home Alone 2, he's voiced a lot of my favorite characters. Yeah, Tim Curry was really well known. I think there was, but I think that's like the TV miniseries is even worse than the movies. I don't know. I think I saw a bit of it and I was like, nah, I'm good. I've seen enough. I don't want to watch anymore. I know it's got Mark Wahlberg in it, and it has to do with the. No, I guess there are more Stephen King movies than more than that. Poor Stephen King, probably not as much. There's the one with The Mist, which has the jacked up ending. The dude's about to commit suicide. He gets his whole family killed, and all of a sudden the military comes in. I thought it was amusing the way it ended. Maybe I'm just screwed up a little bit. But had Mark Wahlberg. I can't remember the other chick's name, but it had to do with the wind is killing everybody, the trees or something like that. The title of that movie's on my. I don't know if that's a Stephen King movie or not, but it feels like it's a Stephen King movie.
The fastest pod racer
Woo!
in the galaxy. Anakin Skywalker.
I still think it's weird. Some of the stuff Tim Curry's in just doesn't make sense. But I think I've seen him in a lot of stuff. I've seen some of his movies too. He's got a very unique mind. There's the movies like, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know if I'd ever watch one of his movies again, but it was unique. I'd say that much. I don't want to watch this. Skip. Oh, because that's how you unlock the rest of some of those races. Ooh, now this is one of the harder ones. Oh no, wrong, but okay. Love the Mist novel. It was inspired by the work of H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah, I could definitely see it with some of the weird creatures. I think I should be able to afford some more parts by now. Oh, I think I lost some of my stuff, it feels like. I think my top speed was higher. I feel like it stole some of my upgrades when the game crashed. Turning. 13.
You want that one, huh? You cannot beat Sebulba. He always wins.
I think my acceleration's low. I swore I had some of these upgrades and the game crashed, and I think I lost the upgrades and the money. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, it is what it is. I should be able to get some more money and start upgrading a few of these more parts. Ooh, what does it say? New planet? We get a new introduction with this terrible Uvo 4 treacherous scum. I was like a prison. I thought we were at this course before. I don't know why it was re-showing that, unless I just by default was skipping them. Oh yeah, I definitely noticed the faster speeds. Or maybe some of the upgrades were there, and because you get more, it just affects the how it looks on the thing. Because I felt like if I didn't have those speed upgrades, I would have struggled a lot more. Oh wow, I think I should have upgraded my traction over this speed. Oops. I almost maxed out what my speed could be. I definitely need to upgrade my handling if I can get this win. These parts where I randomly buy them. And I mean, you're just trying to like buy what's gonna be better, but I think I jumped the top speed too much without affecting some of the other stuff. Instead of like incrementally doing everything so your car just feels better. I upgrade my speed way too much to the point where I can't handle it all that well. I always struggle here. I thought it was like one of the issues where that, like, it seems like how fast or slow I go, I blow up when I make that hard downturn. Hey, if you want to blow up some of this stuff. My base speed seems to be faster. Woo! I've got the speed, but I don't have the handling to handle it. Oh, I don't know which one of these is the right one I want to pick. Hopefully it doesn't matter too much. Oh, it's that worm from the movies. You see, guys, we put movie references in the game. You remember that giant worm from Empire Strikes Back? He's on this prison asteroid. There we go. Should be able to beat that 2 minutes. As long as I don't blow up, I'll be fine. Whew. Okay. So fortunate to have David Prowse, at least to have met twice. Can't believe 2 years since he passed away. I mean, that's good you got a chance to meet him. Though I'm not gonna lie, the name doesn't immediately ring the bell. I might know what he did, but it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people in the past few years, a lot of celebrities especially, like, have passed away, which is unfortunate. I'm just gonna blow up every time I enter this because I just can't avoid it apparently. Ooh, I didn't blow up. I guess that's like the unfortunate part about growing up, especially actors and people that you like, what's part of your childhood. Unfortunately, nobody can live forever. At least we can go back and watch and read what they did. Darth Vader in the suit of the original. Oh, okay. That's really awesome. You got a chance to meet him. Yet I do remember hearing about it now. But I guess I never knew his name because you always knew Darth Vader as by the voice, not the dude that just did the acting. Steve Earl Jones for his voice. It's kind of what most people knew him by. That dude is in the suit, but he kind of gets, you know, shafted by like the general population, which is unfortunate. Yeah, he did do the voice. One of those, I'm like, let me think about this for a second. I haven't thought or said his name in like a few months. Oh. I swore, I don't know if that's a shortcut. I'm one. Oh, it's the third lap. I can't go back. There's still shortcuts in this game that I don't know for sure. I thought that was one of them when it's split like that, but I might be wrong. I don't remember what the name of this song is, but it's definitely one of the more iconic Star Wars that I've always liked. What if I up? Oh, okay, so I gotta like pull my stuff up when I go through it. Yeah, I know what I gotta do. Like on the last lap, I can get through it. Oh, that's game. That is cheap. I can't control the angle that I come out as. This game is cheating me so hard. Oh. Duel of Fates. Just, and at this point, it's like one of the, I'll say it's my favorite and like, I would argue like the most iconic Star Wars music. But I'm like not biased at all. Oh, I hit 900. Dope. And now you'll gently let me back down to the ground. And then just like slam me against the ground and blow me up. Woo! The one I guess I did blow up. I guess it just matters on where you blow up. It'll affect your time. It's now 2 a.m. I could be a bit of a night owl. Oh, that is definitely late. 7 p.m. for me, so it's still pretty early in the evening. Don't stay up too late on my account. If like you need to get some sleep, get some sleep. But I guess it's, well, I guess it's be Sunday morning for you, so I kind of tend to stay up later on the weekends as well. But it's not surprised for me to go to bed even, you know, through like the work week. I'll go to bed at like midnight anyways, 'cause I'll just stay up, relaxing and playing some games.
Only the best parts you'll find here in my shop, huh?
Traction. Oh, I just out of range for it.
I am betting heavily on Cebu.
I think I can get past one more race, and I can get better traction if I just wait one more race. You're staying up late. I feel like we're getting more of these now. I've seen this planet because we raced on it earlier. I don't remember which one it is now. Sorry, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's neat that they put that in there, but I'm just like, nah, just give me to the race. Let's go. Is this the version of this track? I think it is. Oh, this is... Could have probably used better traction handling on this one. Oh, I think this might have the 2 layers. It has to be. No worries. I've got to wake up. Nothing ever happens on Sunday anyways. Yeah, usually for me. Then again, I was really lazy today. I think I was... Oh, pay attention to where I'm driving. I think I woke up at 10, but it was almost 1 o'clock before I decided to get out of bed. I'm just lazy, just on Facebook and on YouTube on my phone, not wanting to get up. Let me lay here for 3 hours. I can be productive. Oh, yeah, this is what I thought it was. I made a mistake. Shouldn't have boosted through that. The falling off makes it longer. At least I thought it did. Unless going down is where you want to go. Now I can't remember. I don't remember all the shortcuts in this track. It's been too long. I guess one of the benefits of playing a game like this as a kid, you'd be like one of 6 games you'd have, so you played all the time. So sometimes you just go on free play and just try to figure out like where all the shortcuts and stuff are. It's like, all right, where is everything? Can I just explore the map? I don't care if I'm like taking 10 minutes and coming dead last. Like I'm just trying to explore everything. Come on, work! To just slow down in winter and relax until spring comes around again. Short days, stretch weather. I mean, I could see that. Though I'm kind of weird. Like, I really like the... Oh, wow, I didn't think I could make that. I like the summer, but it's like always sunny here in the summer, and it's hot and it's dry. So at least where I'm at in Wyoming, it kind of sucks. But I like the winter. If it's just cold, it's terrible and I hate it. But like if I can get like snow, that's like the one thing I like about winter is getting snow. It's just peaceful. It usually gets more quiet because it just absorbs all that sound. So, plus, as a kid, you know, to get snow days and stuff like that. So winter will always have like a soft spot for me that I'll like. Even if I have to, I don't even mind driving in the snow. Oh, I missed it. If I drive a manual, wow, I need a manual because my car is like front wheel drive and it's got no weight on it. But it's like going out and just sometimes you just find a patch, and I'll just, you know, maybe if it's like late at night, there's nobody in their section, I'll just gas it a little bit more, you know, slide, have the back end of your car kind of slide a little bit. You know, but everyone's got their own thing on it. I think it helps because, you know, after a while in the summer, it's like, you know what, I could use a shorter day. Like, I don't like it being sunny almost 9 o'clock at night. So I don't mind the breaking it every once in a while. I didn't mind winter when I was a kid, but really noticed the cold more when, yeah, because I guess it gets to you when you're older. You start having more issues and stuff like that. So I guess it moves the stats over with the upgrades. Oh, that
unless you
7,000 to
upgrade your
15.
pod racer like
I think that's worth the money to upgrade.
You banna pihota, Mindy.
Oh, the acceleration definitely gets expensive. So I can get money? I feel like it's... I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. Oh, that gets... oh, that air braking matters.
Chat, gotta know all ya, mid wanna know part.
And it's only the 12, it shouldn't be too much.
Outlanders.
Go and start the race. Here we go. I think this is said as like Anakin's favorite. I can't remember. No, I think that might be the second to last on this course. Some of these, as we get into the back half of this circuit, were like always a challenge to me as a kid. But I think it was that I didn't properly upgrade my pod. I was always swapping between different people, so it probably made it worse. But the cold and my old man bones. Still here in Ohio, and it gets cold, but yeah. I'm still in relatively good health. I don't have any aches yet, so I can handle the cold, but definitely I'm just like, nah, I don't have the motivation to do stuff when it gets cold outside. No convince, yeah, because it's, you know, traveling is just harder. It's just kind of like that dead part of the year where not a lot happens. I would say COVID had a mark on me, but I was always kind of a homebody to some degree. But it wasn't as bad. I told you I was gonna beat it, Brandon. It just kind of sucked. Woo. Just bumping into walls left and right. I think the trick I might have to pay a little bit more attention on. Oh, yeah. This is a track that definitely I struggled on as a kid. Like, I don't know where I'm going. I didn't realize that they left an actual course marker like on the track. Which I did on me as a kid. Like, I don't want to brake. I'm just gonna gas it constantly. Retro Wild's coming in. It's coming on the podcast, Mark. Oh, yeah. It might help if I pay attention to the guest list a little bit more. Definitely look forward to having you on for sure. Oh, I keep bumping into the walls constantly.
Come on, work!
Come on! It's working. It's working.
It's working!
Oh, yeah, what is wrong with you? Stupid AI. Trying to intimidate me? Oh, I don't want to boost through here. Woo! One lap down. Yeah, I think it'll be a good time. Ugh. Brandon Cole. Looks like a few. All right, I gotta pay attention to the race a little bit more than to the comments constantly. I need to regain first place. My last 3 has certainly not been easy just because of COVID. Yeah, I know it definitely made it harder on a lot of people. Especially with all like the forced shutdowns and stuff like that. For some people, it just made it a lot harder, which is unfortunate. But just kind of put that behind us and just kind of move forward. I think I didn't break enough for that. Just gotta be. It helps if you can kind of have that resilient mindset to kind of come back from anything negative that happens. Some people have it more than others, but I've definitely learned that just like having a down ad, you just gotta look on the bright side even on negatives. Just gotta have like a positive outlook, and it definitely has affected me in like my day-to-day life. Just having like a positive outlook on stuff and just kind of trying to have that resilient personality. It's like, you know, it might suck now, but you know, I can still control a lot of stuff that happens to me, and just, you know, tomorrow's a new day. Wake up. even if I had like a really bad day, it's like, this is a new day. I'm gonna start over, have a new day, try to like have a good outlook on life. Oh. But personal matters like my granddad. Oh yeah, that is unfortunate. I do know friends that had that issue. I had I think it was before COVID, maybe 2019. I think I had a grandparent pass away. Well, my grandpa on my dad's side passed away like a week after I was born or something like that. But it was a granddad on my mom's side. But we weren't really that he had Alzheimer's like the last 10, 15 years, which I guess as a kid looking back now is kind of noticeable. But we never really, we lived in Ohio. All my grandparents, extended family, they all lived in Florida, so I was never really close. So it was sad. I think it affected my parents more, but I met the guy like maybe 10 times, maybe once a year when we'd go on vacation. So I just never really knew him. As unfortunate as it is, but I could imagine for some people that knew their grandparents their whole life, that could be like, it could be hard for somebody. Losing a grandparent, losing a sibling, losing a parent or anything like that can really be a toll on some people. And I mean, sometimes it's understandable. It's gonna take a while to get over some stuff like that when it happens. And even for some people, like, yeah, you might get over it in the moment, but it'll always kind of stick in the back of your mind. Which at that point, I could see where it could help having friends and family around you that can help support you and stuff with that. That is unfortunate, though. There are two things. All right, I'm gonna have to get to this section. I'm gonna have to probably finish this race. Then go back to some of the chat. I'm at the point where in this game where these races just require me to like not glance as much at the chat. Some of these tight turns. Oh, brake too early. It was a course that I struggled so much as a kid. I don't know, it took me forever. I never had this much of a lead. I think that's part of it. Just the games just felt more harder because of the controls, and you're just younger. Some of these games now, I was like, I think the difficulty's always there in the back of your mind, but you go back and play, I'm like, no, this game wasn't as hard as I thought it was. Probably helps that I'm not swapping cars, and then I know what I'm upgrading as well. But this was a course that I could get through. Woo! Two things I'll be grateful about Granddad, which are learning about my great-grandfather from his and a love for proper music. No, I could see that. And it was... I don't think she was a great grandmother. I think she was a great aunt. She was a great something that I know back in 2011, 2012 she passed away because she was almost 100 years old. She lived in Indiana. So we'd in her waning years of life, we would visit her a lot more recently. Like my parents did more than I did, because I think I had moved out by the time she passed away. But I know some of the stuff, because it was weird because she grew up when they were still, they were using horses to get to and from town. Like they would tell stories, grow up in a house where they didn't have electricity, to the point where I think she talked about the Dear John letters with the people that go into World War II and all stuff like that. Like I only probably met her 2 or 3 times, but it was memorable insights when I did meet her for sure. Just learned to live with it. Yeah, big love for music too. Definitely my biggest passion. That was me and my brother is connected to. It's very much a music guru, and the Beatles, Bob Dylan were his top favorites. How about the Monkees? Yes, love the Monkees. He was very old school when it came to music. Hey, where are the Monkees? Some good music. I know as a kid, I think it was like just contrary to the thing. I was like, no, the Beatles, they're terrible. I think it was because they were just so popular. I was like, I'm gonna go against the grain and say they're terrible. The Beatles aren't that bad. They were bigger than Jesus. I know Bob Dylan for sure, but I don't think I ever got heavily into a lot of his music. loved Metal. He saw Iron Maiden Liverpool. That is definitely dope. As you all talk back and forth. I got weird taste in my personal music. I mean, you should always have, at least with loved ones, you should always have, like, you'll always have, like, the good memories of the times you had, and just kind of seems like it could be helpful holding on to that stuff, but I'm just kind of probably talking in general because nobody, like, super close to me that I know has passed away, so I don't have any personal experience with it like some other people would. I know it's gonna happen one of those days. It's just not happening to me yet. I also don't have a big, I'm not big with a lot of my extended family. I don't really know them. We never grew up around them. And I have a relatively small friend group. But I know most people I know has at least one person pass away, which is kind of unfortunate. I've definitely learned from them for sure. Oh, there's a shortcut here. I don't remember where it is. Oh, I could barely hear you. I'd have to... The in-game music's drowning you out, but I can, after this race, I can kind of tweak that. I might have to change the map. Ugh. I took the wrong route. But I think I should still be able to overcome it. There we go. Oh, I hit it too soon. Like I really could use. It's another track I'm gonna have issues on. I'm back in 5th. First place is all of a sudden. Now he pulls away. I gotta hunt him down. Yeah, I know. It's because I don't remember exactly the. I think I know. Ooh, almost screwed that up. I think I know where the shortcut is. I just forgot it was coming. Oh, and he just pulls away so fast. I think the AI in this game cheat a little bit. Luckily, I'm only on lap 2, so I got time, but I can't. I gotta figure out where that shortcut's at, or he's gonna pull away. Yeah. Yeah. I have to do a round trip to Salt Lake. I should be back by between 4 and 5 for my time. Because I'm leaving early. It would only be an issue if, for whatever reason, the roads are bad. Which I don't think they will be. Yeah. Yeah. I can find some other stuff to add. Okay. Repair. I wish I hit this shortcut earlier. I probably could have caught up to the leader. I don't think I'm going to catch up to him now. Just too much ground to overcome. I don't have the speed to catch him. I think I'm best I can do in this race is 3rd at this point. Oh. So stupid, Brandon. No. This race has gone terribly sideways for me. I don't remember doing this bad on this race before. I think it's just I think I screwed up the first lap and I screwed up my lead. And I missed all my shortcuts. Definitely. I can steal second somehow. Ugh. That's a lot of wasted time. He only had about 12 seconds on me. I feel like his lead was bigger. I think he slowed down at the end. I need to redo this race. I need to get the first place. Buy junk parts.
You come back, huh?
No, that's right. I don't have any money. I'll buy the upgrades that I can. If I don't get first place, it's gonna bug me. This national service in Korea. Saw Maryland performing on stage. That is unique. Something not everybody could say. My great grandfather fought in both World Wars. He's just 16 years old. Signed up the Royal Navy in World War I. Then he was in the Royal Engineers in World War II. That is pretty amazing, especially to find somebody who definitely served in both World Wars. It's definitely a generation that was able to do a lot of special things for sure. I think I had some great uncles that served in World War II that I know my dad would kind of tell me about. Your father spent most of his life working as a rail laborer. 70s. Time retired. I could definitely a hard-working man. Lived a very fulfilling life. It seems like, or at the very least, he saw a lot of stuff in his life. It's unfortunate I never met any of my great-grandparents or great-uncles that fought. I pretty much only have like the stuff that they would kind of talk to my dad about when he was growing up. Yeah. I gotta focus on these turns. Now that I hit the right, didn't screw up the first lap, I should be able to take victory on this one. Yeah, the only grandparent that I knew during that era was my great aunt. Just seems like the stuff that they saw going from like a lot of horse and buggy early cars, like no electricity, to like, especially if they lived in like the 21st century, to like cell phones and the internet. It's just be amazing to live through something like that, to see how quickly the world changed. I'm just from a working class background. This kind of sounds bad. I don't know what my grandfather on my mom's side did. I just don't remember what he did for a living. I know my grandfather on my dad's side was a officer in the Air Force. He did that for like 20 years. I think he served during Vietnam, I believe. He retired sometime, I want to say in the 80s, somewhere in the 70s or 80s. I just can't remember. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, help me pay attention to where I'm driving. Yeah, once I remembered this part of the track, I didn't take the problem with some of these races is you fall behind and it's almost impossible to like make up the ground. You just have to like redo the race. And I could have restarted the race so I didn't lose all the money, but I was like, if I'm gonna lose, I'll lose honorably. I won't cheat just to get some extra money. I think I've got a cart, my pod racer that's decent. It's just the game itself kind of cheats with the rubber banding and stuff like that with the AI. So if you fall behind enough from the leader, you're just kind of screwed. And I can hit the shortcut twice now, which helps. She's always my favorite. Proud of the family. Yeah, it was like the only kid in my class that actually cared about history. I'd actually like read up on my own, especially, you know, World War I, World War II history. Just war history in general was always somewhat fascinating. But I've grown to have like a interest in like older history and stuff like that. I think that's obviously why I fell in love with the metal band Sabaton. Great music, and they talk about history. I love Sabaton. Yeah. I don't know, it was a few years ago when I found out about them, but then it's just like... Nah, it's not been maybe 4 or 5 years, if that. I disagree. They actually came within like a few months ago. They were playing in Denver, but it was the middle of the week and I just couldn't get the time off of work to go and see them. If they had gone to if they would have, oh, I think I screwed myself. If they would have gone to Salt Lake City, I would have been a lot more easier for me to go and see. But Denver's like a 6-7 hour drive away. That is dope. Oh. I gotta do what I forgot to do last time and adjust the in-game audio, at least for me, so I can hear you a little bit better. Yeah. So, Descendants of Vikings. I don't really know. I know at least we're the... I know the last name is German. It's about as much as I know about my family history. Oh no, I gotta... Let me tweak the game audio so I can hear Brain a little bit better. Back. I gotta back all the way out to the main menu to get to the settings. Audio. I can hear you a lot better. I'm sure it lowers it a little bit in the stream, but I don't think it should be too bad. It was like a re-release. They didn't really tweak a whole lot. They just kind of made it so you could play it on modern systems. I don't know everything they did with it, but I know they added a few things. But the settings are still somewhat bare bones. You need to download something additional due to the online stuff, but it's unique that they made it doable for sure. Luckily, this isn't the hardest version of this track. But I do notice, like, when I can control a car a lot better off the 64, like, I usually don't fall down. Oh, that's cheap. I thought I pulled my front end up, but I guess I got pointed it down. Just don't fall behind. Don't fall. Like, if I fall down, it's essentially just have to, like, restart the race, because there's no, like, overcoming that. There we go. I can remember some shortcuts. But this isn't like the super hard version of this track either. Oh, I think I wanted to hit that ramp. I just don't remember where the shortcuts are at. As long as I can win the race, that's all that matters. Woo. I almost screwed that up and blew myself up. Just hit the wall. There we go. Just need to stay up top. Oh, I did the same thing this time and it didn't blow me up. I think the hitboxes on some of these things are just arbitrarily difficult. Woo! Yeah, I was boosting there was a mistake. Crap. Maybe that's neat. Like you actually like descendants from Vikings. Like that would actually be pretty dope. That kind of family history. That's so stupid. You know, you're gonna have those haters. Come on. I gotta catch up to this leader before he gets too far ahead. I can see him. Vikings have like a pretty unique history. Don't blow up. Nut. That's dope. Should be able to hold on to this lead. He's getting nervous there, I fall behind, but luckily I could. Woo. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, I hate myself so I got too arrogant at the end. Oh, I lost all that money. I'm just gonna keep going with the race. Oh, it's 4,000. Oh, it's like. Oh, that's a lot of money. It's like 18, 19 grand. Now I've lost. Oh, I hate myself. I gotta use that money for upgrades. Oh, I hate myself. Oh, God, I hate my. How do I just blow it at the end? It's a noob move. Ooh, I almost forgot about that turn. That can help. The shiniest star that ever was. I saw it, but I never got into the Disney's Gargoyles. I wasn't a big Disney person, Disney fan out there. Like, there's a few of the movies that I like. I know it looked really good. Crap. It was the first Avatar. Because most cartoons were just kind of like a week to week monster of the week type thing. Instead of like an overall story. Oh, I missed the shortcut, crap. I think it would. Yeah, they are. They really like their live action series just because I assume it's probably cheaper to produce. I watched all of it. I loved Andor. I think it was like one of the best things they put out. No, but I mean, Andor is like tied into Rogue One. It's like it's the backstory that leads up to that. Well, I haven't watched a lot of Star Wars recently. Most of it I just didn't even bother to watch, and so that's probably why it wasn't an issue. Because Andor does not feel. Yeah, most of it I don't bother to watch because. But Andor was so different. It definitely didn't feel like a Star Wars show, which I think helped it out. Definitely geared towards a more mature, more adult audience for sure. Which I think helped it out. Cause Andor and Rogue One are the only like two things that Disney's put out that I've actually liked, Star Wars wise. Most other stuff I'm just like, this is subpar at best. Oh wow, I can't steer all of a sudden. But there's so many like books they could have ripped from. They ripped from like. In a bad way, they ripped like from like one of like the most unpopular sequel Legends books. No, but of the EU, like the whole thing where the whole Palpatine clone books were like some of like the most unliked, and that's kind of the route they went. Except we don't even know if he was a clone. But there was a series of books about it, and most people didn't like those books. I haven't. Most I didn't read, but I would at least do research, see what other people thought about a lot of the consensus. But yeah. At least the problem for me is most of them happen after, like within 30 years after the original movies, and the books that I read were like Old Republic style books, which is why I instantly fell in love with the Darth Bane trilogy of books, which I think would make a fantastic. At least the first book would make a fantastic movie. Oh, like the Grey Jedi? It was all about, it was just the Force. It really wasn't about good or evil. It was just about the Force, just about balance, essentially. Like the old, like the history and stuff like that. I don't know, it was more fascinating than everything Disney wants to do. A lot of these other books were like right around like the original movies. I'm just kind of like, there's so much more to explore in this universe outside of like the Skywalkers and stuff like that. Like there's so much more we can explore. Let's explore that. But it's all like a personal thing for me. Yeah, I agree. I obviously Andor. They wanted a second season because it ended like that. But I look forward to season 2 of it. I don't pay for Disney Plus, so I'll either have to torrent it or watch it when I next time I visit my parents. Because my parents have Disney, and that's how I watched it during Thanksgiving. Because it's just not enough to want me to pay me for. I just don't do Disney. I don't want to give them any more money than I have to.
It's working. It's working.
I know that's bad to say. Don't torrent. I totally don't do that. I think better off just blowing up. This pod's getting all beat to hell. It's working. It's working. Oh, he didn't say it that time. That's trash. I think episode 1 though gets a bad rap, mainly because of Anakin and the pod racing stuff. And the midichlorian stuff. Outside of those, I don't think the episode 1 is that bad of a movie. I think it's better than anything in the sequel trilogy. Because it doesn't rehash like the first movie does, and then the second two are just... It ignores canon, it ignores lore, it ignores how certain things work, like hyperspace. I think I wanted to make that left right there. That's the fastest one that I keep missing. Just need to survive into the last stretch of this race. Oh. Yeah, this pod's beat up. I think I'm just gonna have to live with this pod being beat up at this point. I need to hit that short. Ah, thought I could make that, and I couldn't. Boost. I should be able to hold this lead through the rest of it. Yeah, I think they should have done a little bit more due diligence with the EU, but it is unfortunate. But at this point, they'd have to retcon all their movies, which they're not going to do. That's what I would prefer. At least just retcon the sequel trilogy of movies. Just ignore that it ever existed. Because there's no coherent story. It's just one movie did something different, somebody else did something different. They clearly had like no plan with what they were doing with those movies. Going into the trilogy, there was no like set in stone plan of where they wanted the story to go. So, yeah, it's still there, and I guess you could have your head canon. Like it's canon to me. I think they would have been better off just picking stories with. But I mean, I guess you have hindsight at this point to be like, oh, this was terrible, but by parts.
Back again, huh?
Oh, that's
You banna be holding India, huh? They come
turning.
they look around, they no buy. Why nobody buy?
Why does nobody ever buy? Do I have some air brake stuff that I can't upgrade air brake. Oh, that's expensive.
Something else?
I don't care about the repair.
Rest pretty good, no doubts there, huh?
I think I'll just upgrade the traction if I can. Should be able to. I think I remember where I need to do on this track. The most iconic track in this whole game. I just don't have acceleration. It's like the one thing I wish I did have, but I've got top speed. I think I want to go down. I'm gonna know real quickly whether I screwed up on this track. A bulb. Alright, so there's a different way. I need to go down, but I forgot the track. And I didn't make it. Crap. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. I've gotta catch up to him. These other racers they're screwing me over. I'm about to pass. You want to slow down so I can't get past you. Hopefully it's early enough. I should be able to catch up to him. Spulba, I'm coming for you. Because I'm probably not going to get a lot more upgrades at this rate if I keep losing races. Just can't boost through any of this here. We'll boost through here. Oh. Ah! Doing so well, and I ran to the wall. It's a long trek. Oh, come on, dude. I run into... This is why I'm going to lose this race. These other people are getting in my way. I can't get around them. Like, it's one thing when I make the mistake. It's another when I run into you, and that's why I'm blowing up. Sebulba's going to be a pain to track down at this point. Forgot that was there. I think I've screwed up this race terribly. Terribly. I just don't think I can catch up to him at this point. It's going to take a lot, like perfect driving. Cool down. Yeah, lap record. I've only done one lap on this whole track. I've got third place, but Sebulba's got such a big lead. And I already mixed it up because I don't know where this... It's not all here. There's something here I'm missing. Alright, because I'm already going to restart this track. Sebulba came this way. Is this just staying up top the whole time? I guess it is. I am a sketchy guy. I already accepted I'm restarting this race. There's no way he's gonna catch him. I put myself in too much of a hole. But he went down the first time, so I don't... This is a weird track. So now he goes straight. I just need to follow him to figure out like where the line is that I need to go. So he stayed up here last time. I should know where I'm going. I think I should know where I need to go for the rest of this race. I should need to follow him now and try to build a lead on him. I think last time when I first played this, it took me like either 2 or 3 times to figure out where I needed to go, and then I was able to beat him. It's one of the better ones for sure. Woo! There we go. Yeah, I'm 100% boring. I'm the worst streamer to watch. Now some of these tracks are pretty intense. Like I realized some of the other ones I could just mess around with and get through. I definitely have to pay attention to on some of these tracks to make sure I'm not missing anything. All these flames. Now they're shooting at me. And I'm not stuck. Oh, what? I feel like I got cheated on the game here, unless they shot my pod. I didn't think I hit the wall there. They just blew me up. Ah, it's Sebulba. Stop being an ass. Let me win. I'm the protagonist of this show, of this race. I have to beat you. Anakin's got plot armor. He has to win. At least in this very specific race. It's a new lap record. I feel like he's going to change where he goes on this second round of this lap. fast. I think this is a shortcut. He didn't gain on me, so that seems to be a safe route to take. Oh, I almost did that too soon. Tried to not blow up. No, Brian, what are you doing? What you doing? Oh, I gotta make sure I take this. You're lucky I can't smack you, Brandon. So you're like I can't smack you. I need to get one of those little soundboards where you could like have like random noises and stuff while you're streaming. Yeah. That's the I want to upgrade my PC before I do stuff like that though. Like because I was thinking about it's like I need to like I need to get an actual setup that's designed for streaming. I just need a computer that can like handle hard streaming, cause I've got the internet for it. A lot of that stuff was just the dealing with bitrate stuff. As long as it stays under 1,000, it's not a big issue for the streams. But some of that's just a matter of what my computer can. It's also streaming. It's hit or miss, but a lot of it is probably just what my computer can handle. If my computer could I have my computer's like 5-6 years old at this point. It's got hardware limitations on it. It's not. It wasn't built as a streaming desktop. So I'm thinking at the very least I need to build a new computer from the ground up, right around streaming. Like I'm still running an HHD as my hard drive. But I think what I was going to do around that is I'm not going to buy everything at once. I'm just going to buy pieces here and there that I can afford. And then when I can get my computer upgraded, and then it should be a better issue. I have to head off soon, mate. It's nearly 3 a.m. I'll stay a little while longer. Hey, if you got to go, you got to go, man. Appreciate you coming by, staying as long as you have, for sure. Oh, definitely. Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Ooh, trying to navigate. Oh, that's dope. No, that sounds dope. Sounds like an amazing undertaking for sure. Now that you can. It's not fluctuating anymore. Oh, Sebulba, you asshole. Oh, it's the last lap too. Oh, crap. Oh, this is not good. I was doing so well. I had to lead the whole race, and I gotta catch back up to this asshole. Just blew me up. I don't have to worry about the repair crap anymore. Oh, Sebulba, you're an asshole. Just like in the movies. He engine blasted me as he passed me and blew me up. This means I lost any room for error when he did that. Try to boost where I can in here. Ooh, that would have been bad if I blew up. There's not a chance I could have won this race after that. Oh, this is... Okay, I can't boost through here because it's going to cause issues. Those flames start making the ground act like ice. Alright, now nothing else. Just me and you, Sebulba. There's... You just need to get around you. No! I knew I shouldn't have boosted. I screwed myself over. I screwed myself on this race. If I didn't boost, I would have made it through and I would have won. Ugh. Oh, I did that one of the other races too. I just made a mistake at the very end that cost me.
The fastest pod racer in the galaxy. Sububa.
Oh. Current laptop is HP Intel Core i5 10th generation. I'm surprised I've been able to play some old PC games, most of which are Windows 95, 98. Yeah. Ended up being 3. If I didn't blow up right there at the end, I would have had it. Oh, I knew it was a bad idea. I was trying to just get in front of him. I didn't want him to blast me, and I did it to myself. No, what is going on? I don't want to watch the credits. I still have more races to do. Because technically it's the end. The last 4 races are like an invitational, like a special thing. And I apparently can't skip them either. No, there's one thing I'm not live on. I'm only live on 7 things. It was doing I don't know why. One of those it just won't go live. It was doing that last night. It requires me to tab out. It's the Discord that's not going live too. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah. I tab back into the game and now it's like the video's frozen. It's probably a restreaming issue. I don't know why it's. Yeah, it sounds like a restream. It's an issue with restream. Probably their servers not working properly. I gotta go now, folks. Thanks for a great live stream. Yeah, appreciate it. Stay safe, man. You take care as well. Yeah. Stream, the game kind of beat it out again, but I mean, pretty much got through the whole game. I'm not gonna fret too much about it. No, the game crashed on me again. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Again, yeah, because I tabbed out. But it's good. It was a good stream. It's been a while. I even streamed like an hour, or about almost a whole hour longer. I got 2 cores that didn't come first. Should have became on first, but I like ruined it on both. But no, it was a good stream. Appreciate everybody stopping by. No, it's getting late for y'all. Appreciate y'all. If you're not, leave a comment. Let us know. Subscribe. We got more streaming stuff. Gonna get a streaming schedule out for next week as well. We got the podcast tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern. We might do a stream later tonight, an unscheduled one. I guess we'll just see what's going on. But if not, enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all, and peace.